Well, ladies and gentlemen, the show must go on. The show must go on. Yes, we are disappointed, but there's still a bit to look forward to in this particular season. And yeah, let's get on with the Chelsea News Blitz. Lots to talk about, ladies and gentlemen.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin. Look, guys, yeah, I mean, even 24 hours, the particular match, the epic match where we were so close to going through to the semi-finals of Champions League, it doesn't make it easy. I was planning to do a watch along today, ladies and gentlemen, for the Manchester City versus Atletico, but I was feeling so drained, and I couldn't get myself around it. But there's still heaps to talk about in terms of Chelsea. We haven't done a Chelsea news blitz for a little while, so let's check out what is the latest going on. As I said, the season, we still have the FA Cup to look forward to. We have to win that. That's the way I look at it now. We cannot. First of all, we need to go through Crystal Palace, and then we have to win it, regardless of who it is, whether it's Man City or Liverpool. That's a silverware. We need to make sure that's in the bag for us. And before that as well, there's quite a few Premier League important games coming up, which hopefully we get the 3 points out of. But today, let's get into it, ladies and gentlemen. This is the latest. One can imagine that the new ownership will lean heavily on whatever planning Thomas Tuchel is doing for now, for the summer and beyond. Watching from afar, they will perceive him as a serious man with whom they can work with. The one thing I took away from yesterday's affair with Real Madrid, and not just yesterday, throughout this particular season, our most valuable asset is Thomas Tuchel. It's not any particular players, because I feel like any of those players more or less can be, replaceable. Thomas Tuchel is probably one of the top managers in world football. I would even say probably straight after Jurgen Klopp and Pep Guardiola. I really cannot think of another manager that is at his level. So when you think about it in that manner, ladies and gentlemen, you have Pep, you've got Jurgen Klopp, who are doing bits obviously for their respective club. Who's the next guy that's going to be able to compete or even break that mold? It's this guy. And we have him. So now it's the duty of the new owners. And that's the thing. And we're going to talk about ownership very soon, give you guys an update what's going on over there. But it's on us now to make sure we hold on to this particular gaffer. Give him the resources. First of all, give him the contract, the long-term contract. And then after that, give him the resources to ensure that he can compete at the highest level and dominate as well for a prolonged period of time. So, yeah, the new owners, whoever it is, they better make him the centerpiece of pretty much everything. Cesc Fabregas tweeted this out post yesterday's match. Whatever happens, Chelsea are blessed with Thomas Tuchel. What a manager. I mean, when you got ex-players talking about this particular gaffer like that goes a long way. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the ownership now, ladies and gentlemen. LA Dodgers president Stan Kasten says Chelsea fans should be very excited if Todd Bowley and Mark Walter win the bid to buy Chelsea Football Club. Kasten goes on to say they will already have a clear investment plan for the club. I mean, Todd Bowley was there to watch Chelsea in that unfortunate match against Real Madrid, the first leg. I wish he was there for the second leg. He would have been far more impressed. But look, this is my preference. Todd Bowley is my preference. We'll see what happens. Apparently, they're the favorites, which is great to know. But the way the Rain Group and some of the internal members, most specifically Steve Bruce, are moving towards the Ricketts family, it does sort of worry me a little bit. But I hope Todd Bowley, and now he's added Mark Walter as well in his consortium. I think Mark Walter is the is the owner of LA Dodgers. I think Todd Bowley is about 20%, and then Mark Walter is the rest of it. So look, they've got the money, and plus don't forget they've got Clear Lake Capital as well. So they've got the money, they've got the vision, and they don't have all that baggage like the Ricketts family does. So for me, and they've got a good history with LA Dodgers. For me, this hopefully comes into fruition in the next few days, maybe a couple of weeks. We'll see the deadline. The deadline just keeps increasing. Apparently now the new deadline is 18th April, but some are saying even by the end of May. Roman Abramovich and the current Chelsea board are understood to be prioritizing the quality of the deal and commitment to the future over the final offer price. Look, I want these guys to hurry up with this because, there's a lot to plan. There is a lot to plan, and we need to get on with it ASAP. I can reassure Chelsea fans that both Steve Paluca and I are committed to supporting a championship-winning team, building a state-of-the-art stadium at the Stamford Bridge, investing in the academy and women's team, and making a difference in the community. Larry Tenenbaum. Stephen Paluca is making a late charge, ladies and gentlemen. So you've got Todd Bowley, obviously, apparently the favourites as per Matt Law and The Athletic and whatnot. The Ricketts are, I suppose, strong favourites, as I said, internally with Rain Group and Bruce Buck, and now a late run from Stephen Paluca, who's added Larry Tenenbaum, who's I've just done a little bit of research as to who Larry Tenenbaum is. Let me just bring this up a little bit. See if I can. There you go. Lawrence M. Tenenbaum is a Canadian businessman and chairman of Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. He owns 25% stake in MLSE through his holding company, Kilmer Sports. So, look, they've got the money. They've got the money as well. Stephen Paluca is making a late run, and they're building up their portfolio in their consortium, and they also have the money. The thing with Stephen Paluca is he's like 50-something% owner of Atalanta. So how are you gonna own both Atalanta and Chelsea? So I'm not sure what's gonna happen. How quickly can you dump those shares at Atalanta? Stephen Paluca releases full details of the consortium. Mr. Paluca and Mr. Tenenbaum are joined by other leaders in business, media, and technology, including former Disney CEO Bob Iger and renowned journalist Willow Bay, Facebook co-founder Edward Severin, and businesswoman Elaine Severin, B Capital co-founder Raj Ganguly. There you go. I think that's the one. Raj Ganguly, co-owner of the Golden State Warriors, Los Angeles Dodgers, and Los Angeles Football Club, Peter Guber. Look, they're adding a lot of people. In addition, the group welcomes the endorsement and support of the Blue. So this is interesting. The True Blues Consortium, an organization dedicated to Chelsea FC and focused on representing fan interests for the club. So, ladies and gentlemen, the True Blues Consortium. Do you want to know who that's led by? Boom. John Terry's True Blues Consortium of Chelsea fans wanting to acquire 10% stake in the club as part of its imminent sale by Roman Abramovich has endorsed this bid, spearheaded by private equity billionaire Stephen Paluca and NBA chairman Larry Tenenbaum. John Terry wants a piece of Chelsea Football Club, 10% stake through the True Blues Consortium, because there's a few investors there as well. Interesting. We'll see what happens over there. I don't know how much of a favorite Stephen Paluca is, but I think it's between Todd Bowley and the Ricketts. Having engaged and being well received by all the bidders, we were recently able to spend some time with Steve and Larry and getting to know their bid. We're again confident that they are aligned with Chelsea fans and, of course, have experience in this area of owning sports, which is good to know, but I don't think they're favorites. We'll see what happens. Now, some transfer news, ladies and gentlemen. Juventus will try to sign Jorginho as soon as they can. Talk to Chelsea. Jorginho has 1-year contract that he will not renew. Tuttosport journalist Filippo Conaccia via Sports Witness. Now, obviously, we don't have owners, so we can't even do any of these transfer talk and whatnot because we need to sort that out first. We've got the sanctions. We can't, produce contract extensions, nor can we buy or sell any players. But once that's sorted, ladies and gentlemen, I think this will probably go through. I think Jorginho's time at Chelsea Football Club is probably coming to an end, and we should look to evolve now. We really should. There's a reason why Jorginho hasn't featured in probably the last 2 to 3 months, like not on a regular basis, barely starts. And Thomas Tuchel doesn't rely on him, because what Thomas Tuchel, I get the feeling he wants a defender that is capable of sitting right in front of the two CBs, whether it's Silva or Rudiger, or three CBs when it's three at the back. Most of the times it is three at the back, but when it's four at the back as well. He just wants the one DM, and he wants the other midfielder or the other pivot player to be able to bomb up and have the license to attack. But at the same time, if you get countered, he wants a defensive midfielder that's capable physically and at the same time has robust energy and pace to be able to cover ground laterally and up and down as well, whenever need be. And Jorginho simply doesn't have that. Yes, he's capable of controlling the midfield with his ball retention, possession play football, passing ability and whatnot. But you do need that physical ability as well. You're not, those odd times where you're not going to have the ball and the opposition is going to launch a counter attack. If you get caught out, it's a long day. It's a long day. So I think he is looking for someone like Tchouaméni or Aurélien Tchouaméni, who's capable of doing both sides of the world. Whether we get him or not, I don't know. That's why we're linked with Declan Rice as well. But the bottom line is, there is a sort of vibe that we're on the lookout for something different. And for me, this is probably going to happen in the summer as soon as we get our ownership sorted. And if we can't give him a contract extension, which I find it very difficult how we're going to do that, it's probably best to sell and get something out of this and not having to let him go for free, because look at the mess that we're in with some of the players now. Former Chelsea Academy star Mark Guéhi and Tino Livramento are the two most valuable Premier League rookies. I'm not surprised. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the other thing that I want to talk to you guys about. There are still few people in the fan base, or certain parts of the fan base, that still disrespects the academy. Look at these two superstars, Mark Guéhi and Tino Livramento. Well, some of the most valuable rookies in the Premier League. They're absolutely killing it. Look at some of the players that were so good for us against Real Madrid. Mason Mount, Reece James, even Ruben Loftus-Cheek to a certain extent. We have to understand these players that are coming out of our academy, they're damn good. They're damn good. And recently there's talks about Levi Colwill, and then some people were talking down on him, like, we don't want to fill our team with academy players. This is not a training ground. We need to compete. I get that, but these players are damn good, man. Like, you rather spend time and effort here. And you have to remember, it's free. These players are free. You don't have to spend money in the transfer window. You rather spend the time and effort here with these players, turning them into superstars, as opposed to bringing someone in who you don't even know whether they're going to work out or not. So, yeah, I'm not surprised Mark Guéhi and Tino Livramento are touted as two of the most valuable Premier League rookies. Okay, let's see what Antonio Rudiger had to say post yesterday's match, ladies and gentlemen. Antonio Rudiger and Chelsea regrets in UCL. There are regrets, especially the first game, because we didn't have the energy like in Madrid. Obviously, over the two legs, we made too many mistakes. And at this high level of football, you get punished. 100% you get punished, ladies and gentlemen. The UCL is difficult because you play against the best in Europe. And if you make little mistakes, they punish you. Over the two legs, we did too many mistakes, too many individual errors that made them go through. And of course, their quality when Modric and Benzema. And this is the thing that Thomas Tuchel said yesterday as well, post-match, that at the end of the day, we got beaten by individual performances from that team. We didn't get beaten by Real Madrid as a unit. We got beaten by individual performances. We, however, we played it as a unit with our style and with our philosophy that Thomas Tuchel tried to carry out off the back of Southampton and Real Madrid. That was the game plan to find. So Antonio Rudiger on Chelsea game plan versus Real Madrid. That was the game plan to find our number 10s, Ruben and Mason, behind Casemiro, always to find the space. Mason found it. He got the goal, and we controlled it. A lot of people were saying Ruben Loftus-Cheek was a right wing back. He wasn't. He really wasn't. You can look at it as a 4-3-3. You could even sometimes look at it as 4-2 in the midfield, 2 in the pivot, and then you've got the 2 10s and then 2 strikers up front. You could even look at it a 4-2-2-2. But most times it was 4 at the back. Yes, off the ball. At times in defense, it did become a 5 with Ruben Loftus-Cheek tucking in as that auxiliary sort of right wing back. But as you can see here, Rudiger's saying that we were trying to find the 2 10s. And we did that with Mason Mount with the first goal. So, oh man, I wish we won that game. Turning Rudiger on Chelsea's game plan, we didn't panic or anything like this. I think we did it quite well. And in the second half, we scored goals and did everything we could. I think we found space between the defense and Casemiro. That was the plan. And we got in those positions. And Timo Werner, Mason Mount, and Kai Havertz were very, very dangerous. Absolutely right. They were absolutely dangerous. And look, even though we lost the tie, we got away from that particular match. Pretty much everyone globally, all the fans, rival fans, everyone was saying how well Chelsea played. And we had Real Madrid on the ropes. We really did. And I've always said it since we drew against Real Madrid in the Champions League for the quarterfinals, that when both these teams are at their best, Chelsea trumps Real Madrid. Chelsea trumps Real Madrid. Simple as that. And turning Rudiger on Chelsea's clash with Real Madrid, the positive is we didn't give up. Not many teams can come here and dominate them as we did. But the big but is, of the 2 legs, we made these type of mistakes against Real Madrid. You get punished. Exactly. The first leg is what absolutely screwed us, ladies and gentlemen. Look, guys, let's not be too disheartened. Obviously, we're disappointed, but we move. I think let's be excited about what the future holds, especially with Thomas Tuchel, the kind of job that he's doing. And this is what I want to hear from you guys. Are you guys confident, over the rest of the season with the FA Cup? Are you guys excited for the summer coming up? Hopefully the ownership gets sorted out, that our gaffer gets backed, because this guy is one of the best managers out there. So let me know how you feel about that. Let me know how you feel about Jorginho as well. Are you at a point where you're thinking, yeah, it's time for him to go, or you still want to give him a contract extension? Let me know who you want between Todd Bowley and Ricketts, Stephen Paluca as well. What's your thoughts with the Chelsea ownership? Before we go, however, ladies and gentlemen, this particular video is sponsored by Pro Football Shirts. We're doing another promotion, and get in on it, ladies and gentlemen. I love it. You guys would have seen, if you'd seen the watch along yesterday, the jersey I had on was from Pro Football Shirts. You can even present it to anyone, your loved ones or your friends or whoever it is. Really, really good collection. You've got the Travago, that Inter Milan look kind of one. Then you've got the Club World Cup badge with the Champions League winning badge as well. And then you've got other sorts of kits as well for Chelsea. I think this is the away 3rd kit. Then you've got the yellow one. And they're all half price at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. So they're all half price. Plus, use my code in the description below to get further 10% off. I love it. I absolutely, enjoy getting shirts from these guys because 1, they're cheap. 2, yes, they're not the real one. They're replicas, but they are as good as real. They literally are as good as real. As I said, ladies and gentlemen, get in on the act. If you want to give a gift to someone as well, perfect opportunity to do that. Yeah, these are fine shirts. Check that out, Pro Football Shirts, and get in on it. Hope you guys have enjoyed this, ladies and gentlemen. Smash the like button if you have. If you're here for the first time, subscribe, hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Until next time, see you.